Good morning, it's Leanne. So excited to exercise with you folks this morning. Remember, with any exercise program, you want to make sure that you're good and healthy for exercise. See your physician, get a nice medical clearance. We won't be doing a whole lot of vigorous stuff, but we are going to be doing some weight-bearing exercise. Make sure your joints are healthy enough to be able to do that. We're certainly going to warm up, get our heart rates up before we do that. But first of all, I want to start with just a little Bible devotion. I feel like that God calls us all to be His disciples and His servants, and we all have a purpose here in life, whether it's to be a teacher, a doctor, working at a service station, whatever it is, in order to glorify Him. So I just read out of my Jesus Calling book, this little devotion, and this one is from Psalms 21:6, John 7:38, and Psalm 103:11. And it says, "Bring me the sacrifice of your time, a most precious commodity. In this action-addicted world, few of my children take time to sit quietly in my presence. But for those who do, blessings flow like streams of living water. I, the one from whom all blessings flow, am also blessed by our time together. This is a deep mystery. Do not try to fathom it. Instead, glorify me by delighting in me. Enjoy me now and forever." So I find that if I start my day, whether it's just a warm bath or when I'm taking my shower before I go to work, just by praying and giving thanks to God, my day seems to go smoother. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't problems. And, certainly women especially, we have so many things that we have to overcome. But it seems to lessen the load knowing that God is always with me and He's never changing. So let's get started. We're going to warm up. I'm going to show you some exercises you can do for weight-bearing exercise. Women over 40 especially need that to keep their bones and muscles nice and strong and healthy. And then we'll go from there. I hope that you will just get up and get started with me. All right, so I've got about 15 minutes before it's time for me to get in the shower and get ready for my day. I have school, and then I'm going to finish off work this afternoon, and then my daughter has a basketball game. As you all are busy, so am I. But we've all got to find time for ourselves, and 15 minutes. I have that this morning. So we're just going to start warming up. And I've been teaching aerobics for about 28 years, and I find that if I do something every day, that helps me. I'm 48 years old. I certainly can't exercise the way I used to, but I try to keep moving each and every day. So we're just going to warm up here. Don't even have any music. I'm in my den, my office at home, and all I have are some 5-pound weights and a mat. And so we're just going to warm up, getting that heart rate up, getting our core body temperature up. Now we're just going to variate it a little bit, taking our legs out. I mean, you'll find just by moving, doing an activity like this 15 or 20 minutes a day, that you have more energy, that your muscles and bones are stronger. You can lower your cholesterol. If you're diabetic, you can lower your sugar. Plus, it makes you feel great. It just kind of clears your mind. And if you are a praying individual, this is a good time when you're by yourself. You can just praise God for things that are happening in your life, or praise Him for what He's going to do, or just ask Him what it is that you can do for Him today. I mean, this is a time that is for me and for Him. And so many times we just are so busy throughout the day, we forget that that He is our Creator and that He is in control of.
We're going to drop them down and really march. Getting that heart rate up even more. All right. 3, 2. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to squat to the right. Now when you squat, you want to make sure that your hips are way back, all the way back. Back, away from those knees. You don't want to put any pressure on your knees. So you sit back into those hips and heels, taking the pressure off the knees. All the way back. Equal amount of weight on each foot when you come down. Nice and controlled. Abs in tight. Breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5. My little dog is around my feet. 4, 3. Now to speed up the heart rate a little more, we're just going to speed this up. So you're going to push off the floor with your feet each time you go down into your squat. So squat, push, push. If this hurts your knees, you certainly don't have to push. But this increases your heart rate a little more, works those glutes a little more. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and and back to your march. So, we're getting our heart rate up, working those muscles. That's all you have to do. Just move. Clears your mind. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you have light weights, what you're going to do is you're going to pick those weights up. I have 5 pounds. You can use whatever you want to use. I prefer a 5-pound weight. So, we're going to take our legs a little more than shoulder width apart. Elbows in nice and tight. And we're just going to start with bicep curls. Squeeze at the top, come back down. Nice and controlled. Now, you want to make sure your wrists are straight. You continue to breathe. Nice deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1. Let's do 8 more of these. 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe. 4, 3. Nice and controlled. 2. Now we're just going to change it up. And 1. We're just going to go halfway up and down. So stop halfway and down. Stop halfway and down. My dog's chewing the remote now. And down. 4, 3, 2, all the way back up. Here we go. Squeeze at the top and down. 2, down. Weights are not expensive. You can go to Walmart, Kmart, Rose's, not just picking one specific department store, whatever store you want to go to, a sporting goods store. And, I don't know, maybe $8 for 5-pound weights. I have found some that are a lot cheaper at some stores, so whatever you want to use. 3, 2, now back to the half up. Here we go. Halfway up. It's all about control and isolating that bicep. Bicep's a big muscle, and unless you want to build bulk, you can keep those weights light and just do a lot of reps. 3, 2. Now, because we're short of time, we're going to do 8 more all the way up, and then we're going to switch to a different muscle group. Up. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to switch to the opposing muscle group. We're going to bring our legs in, bend your knees, abs in tight, weights right here, all the way up. Squeeze your pinky around the weights, and I want you to dip back. Now, I don't know if you can see my arms or not. Like, can you adjust the camera? There we go. All the way down. And I'm going to turn. The further you take those arms down, the harder it is to work that tricep. So you want to just take it at your own pace. You don't have to go as fast or as slow as I'm going. But you're working the tricep here, the muscle from the elbow underneath the arm there. All the way down, all the way down. Abs in tight, knees are bent, protecting that back, keeping those knees nice and soft, protecting your knees. Breathe, exhale here. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1. Now we're going to come down. The next exercise, we're just going to put our weights here in the center. Keep your wrists straight. You're going to bring your elbows up past your shoulders and then push back down. So use some resistance there, never swing. Here we go. 1, push, nice and controlled. 2, push. 3, breathe. 4. I have a friend who's in a wheelchair. She has MS and she is amazing. Her name is Lisa. She never complains. We work with her upper body a lot so that she can transfer from her chair, her wheelchair, to a chair, to the bathroom, to a car, and she is so strong. She doesn't have a whole lot of use of her legs, but boy, her upper body is strong. And we just use light weights. Sometimes we don't even use a weight. Sometimes we just use her own body weight to push up and down from the chair. So you can be creative. You don't necessarily need weights, but it's so important to keep those muscles nice and strong around those bones. Up, down, 4 more like this. 4, 3, 2. Now the last one we're going to do today is an overhead press for our shoulders. Some people have back problems, and so it's good to kind of change your stance up a little bit. Like if you want to cursor down at my shoes, I've got one foot in front, one in back, both knees stay bent. You can certainly stand like that to protect your back. You can always put your foot up on some books or up on a couch to do this exercise. It doesn't bother my back, so I'm not going to. But if it hurts your back, if you elevate that leg, you'll feel a lot better. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take our arms here. Make sure that your elbows are in line with your shoulders. Your wrists are straight, and we're going straight up overhead and coming halfway down. This is a shoulder press. Abs in tight. You're lifting up through that diaphragm to breathe up and down. Nice strong shoulders. Down, up, down. You've got 4 more like this, my friends. 4, 3, breathe. 2, now we're going to change it up a little bit. Right arm, then left. Here we go. So right up by the ear. 2, and come right back down to where that elbow and that shoulder meet. You've got 4 more of these. 4, 3, good. 2, both arms up and down, last 8, right here. 8, down. 7, good. 6, 5, breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay, for time's sake, we're going to drop these weights down. That's how we're going to do with our upper body this morning before we get ready to go about our day. And Blake's going to switch the camera and we're going to get on our mat or on a towel, whatever you have.
Okay, so we've gotten our heart rate up. We've done some upper body strengthening exercises. So now we're going to the mat or to a towel, whatever you have. And we're just going to go ahead and lay back. And we're going to work our abdominals just a little bit. So we're going to press that lower back into the floor. Abs are in tight, almost like somebody's got a string going up through your back to your belly button and pulling it back down. Arms are going to be lifted to heaven. We're going to reach God's hands this morning. Now, if this hurts your neck, a lot of times it does. It puts a little too much strain here. You can put your hands behind your head, fingertips spread apart. Lay your head back heavily in your hands. If you'll take your your thumbs and put them right there at your jawline and lay back, that helps to control your head and neck. It also helps to give you some rest. And you'll just lift up and down, pressing that lower back into the mat each time you lift. But I'm going to lift my arms. Now, if you want to just try one hand, you can lift up to the ceiling. It helps you to reach a little more. I want you to breathe each time you reach, but I want you to think about really working those abdominals each time you lift. Lower back pressed in. 8. You can lift both if you want. 7. Reach God's hands. 6. I always say that in my class that I teach. And 4 more. There's my dog. 3 more. 2 more. And 1. Now we're going to pulse. So again, you can pulse with your hands straight up to the ceiling, or you can put your hands behind your head just like this. She thinks we're going to play. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we're just going to sit all the way up without relaxing, okay? So now what we're going to do is put our hands right here. Stop, Sam. We're going to put our hands right here, and we're going to stretch up, stretching that back there. This is reality. This is life. All right. Okay, so that's one thing that we're going to do. Now she's going to eat my face this time, I'm afraid. So we're going to get on all fours, hands right underneath the shoulders. Take that right foot back and push down into that heel, stretching through that gastrocnemius, that calf muscle there, and elongating that tendon, that Achilles tendon back there, that can kind of shorten when we march or do any sort of exercise. We're going to bring that in. We're going to do the other side, push down. I have an old ankle injury, and this helps so much. It stretches out that calf muscle there and that Achilles tendon. We don't necessarily stretch tendons, but it's good to elongate them and hold them. Static stretch is about 10 seconds, and that kind of lets our brain know that we're not going to work that muscle anymore. It can relax. Stop, Sam. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take that foot back, other foot back, and push down into plank. Now this strengthens our core. Stop, Sam. This strengthens our core, abdominals, lower back. The trick to this is you just want to keep that bottom down. If you're up here, you're really not strengthening your core as much as you are if you're here. So you want to keep those abdominals in nice and tight. And you don't have to hold it as long as I do. Hold it and then release if you want and relax. And then go back and hold it. And you'll find that the longer you do it, the more days you do it, the better off you'll be. And you'll be able to do it for a long time. So we're going to hold here. And then we're just going to press back and we're going to stretch all the way back. Keep your hands where they are and push back, and you can stretch into your shoulders. Good. And now we're going to push back onto our heels. Now if this hurts your knees, you can skip this process. Push all the way up, stretching through our hamstrings here. If your knees are bent and your upper body's laying over your quadriceps, you can feel a good stretch in your hamstrings. Now come all the way up, roll those shoulders back. Now we're ready to just take a shower and start our day. Take a deep breath in, inhale all the good today. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale all the bad. One more time, inhale, take that right arm back. You're going to gently, gently tug on that elbow and take it over to one side, stretching through the oblique, stretching through your tricep there. And you can certainly hold these stretches longer. And come back up, other side, and reach over. And come back up, reach. One more big deep breath, my friends. Take a deep breath. Exhale. I hope you all have a God-filled day. Thank you so much for exercising with me, and I'll see you tomorrow.